Prepare to have your perceptions of the United States challenged. The land often associated with endless opportunities and affluence has another, much darker side, one that is far from the glamorous image many people hold. In certain parts of the country, thousands of individuals struggle to survive on the streets without a place to call home. So which states in the U.S. are quietly becoming the epicenters of a growing homelessness crisis? As of 2023, homelessness in the United States has surged to alarming levels, reaching approximately 653,000 people. This data comes from the annual Homeless Assessment Report, released by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The figures reveal a startling 12% increase from 2020, largely derived from extensive surveys conducted by volunteers and service providers nationwide. Several factors have contributed to this disturbing rise, with experts pointing to the economic fallout following the COVID-19 pandemic, skyrocketing housing costs, and the end of crucial social welfare programs. Though the total number of homeless individuals accounts for just 0.2% of the U.S. population, the distribution is far from uniform, with certain states seeing far higher concentrations than others. Now, let's explore which states are facing the most severe homelessness crises, starting from those with the smallest to the largest numbers. Despite having a sizable population of approximately 12.97 million people in 2022, Pennsylvania's homelessness numbers are relatively low compared to other states on this list, with around 12,556 individuals experiencing homelessness. The state's primary challenge revolves around the growing disparity in income and the escalating costs of housing. Studies reveal that between 2018 and 2022, approximately 5 to 7 out of every 10,000 residents in Pennsylvania relied on shelters as their only form of refuge. A significant portion of the homeless population consists of families or individuals who once had stable housing but lost it due to unemployment or financial crises. In large cities like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, homelessness is heavily concentrated in downtown areas, where shelters and social services are more accessible. Philadelphia, in particular, struggles with a poverty rate of 1.7%, one of the highest in the nation, further compounding the homelessness issue in the city. Arizona, with an estimated homeless population of around 14,237, faces unique challenges compared to other states. Its warm climate attracts many homeless individuals due to milder winters, but this same weather poses significant health risks during the sweltering summer months. Phoenix and Tucson are the epicenters of the state's homelessness crisis, where the sharp increase in housing costs and a lack of adequate mental health services are major contributors. The state government has made efforts to address these problems by expanding access to emergency shelters and housing programs. However, Arizona's rapidly growing population has exacerbated the problem, making it increasingly difficult to keep up with the rising demand for affordable housing and support services. Colorado is grappling with serious challenges in addressing its homelessness crisis, with the state's homeless population reaching approximately 14,439 in 2023. Cities like Denver and Boulder are at the heart of this issue, where a combination of unaffordable housing and extreme weather conditions makes the situation even more dire. The state has seen a rapid surge in home prices and rental rates, making it difficult for many to retain stable housing. Additionally, the increasing rates of unemployment, poverty, mental illness, inadequate support services, and substance abuse have all contributed to the growing homeless population in Colorado. These issues, combined with a scarcity of affordable housing options, have made it increasingly difficult for state and local governments to mitigate the homelessness crisis.
We are waiting for us to bring housing units on. When housing units are available, then we would come to people in an encampment and say, we now have housing units to move you to. Let us help you move to those units. Let us help you, any stuff that can't fit in your unit, we have storage. Let us help you get moved. Let us help you prioritize the cleanup at this site.
Massachusetts, often celebrated as a hub of education and innovation, home to world-renowned institutions like Harvard and MIT, is not immune to the pressing social issue of homelessness. In 2023, approximately 19,141 people in the state, particularly in the city of Boston, found themselves without a permanent home. Despite the state's reputation for having one of the best social service systems in the country, the rising cost of living and increasingly unaffordable housing have placed a heavy burden on low-income families. Ironically, in a state synonymous with prosperity and progress, many families with children are forced to live in hotels or motels due to a shortage of shelter space. Even though the government and nonprofit organizations are working diligently to expand aid, the challenge remains profound. The homelessness crisis in Massachusetts exposes the stark contrast between its image as a modern, innovative powerhouse and the reality of those struggling to secure even the most basic human need, a roof over their heads. Oregon, known for its stunning natural beauty, from majestic mountains to dramatic coastlines, also faces a harsh reality: a deepening homelessness crisis. In 2023, around 20,142 individuals across the state, particularly concentrated in Portland, experienced homelessness. Although the state's mild climate may attract homeless individuals from other regions, Oregon is grappling with an acute housing crisis, driven by skyrocketing home prices that have disproportionately impacted low-income residents. In a city like Portland, known for its progressive values and emphasis on balanced, sustainable living, the increasing number of people slipping into homelessness is a grim contradiction. State and local governments have been working to boost investments in affordable housing and rehabilitation programs, but the sheer scale of the problem remains daunting, with thousands of residents trapped in a cycle of poverty and homelessness that shows no signs of abating. Texas, famous for its vast landscapes, rich cultural heritage, and booming cities, also faces a significant social challenge that contradicts its larger-than-life image. In 2023, the state's homeless population reached 27,377, with cities like Houston, Dallas, and Austin bearing the brunt of the crisis. Despite Texas being known for its expansive space, many residents struggle to find affordable housing and access to sufficient social services. Austin, celebrated as a tech hub and the live music capital of the world, has witnessed a sharp rise in homelessness as housing prices soar. Similarly, Houston, a global energy leader, faces mounting homelessness despite its economic growth. Dallas, a major commercial center, contends with deepening social inequalities as affordable housing becomes increasingly scarce for low-income individuals. The disparity between Texas's economic prosperity and its homelessness crisis illustrates the growing divide between the state's wealth and the struggles of its most vulnerable residents. In 2023, the state of Washington recorded a homeless population of 28,036, a striking contradiction amid the towering success of Seattle, a global tech hub and home to giants like Amazon and Microsoft. While Seattle has rapidly developed into one of the most advanced cities in the world, boasting a high standard of living, this growth has come with severe consequences. The skyrocketing cost of housing has left many unable to keep up with rent, forcing a significant portion of the population into homelessness. A large percentage of Washington's homeless are single individuals who have been priced out of the market due to the scarcity of affordable housing. This crisis is exacerbated by the intersection of social issues such as substance abuse and mental health challenges. Despite Seattle's reputation as a leader in innovation and technology, the city faces a deepening homelessness problem that stands in stark contrast to its otherwise prosperous image.
I watch out around here, make sure the kids are safe. I speak to everybody. You know, if I could just pop it in here just to keep the elements off me, so be it. But this is not my life. This is not my lifestyle.
Known for its sunny beaches and booming tourism, Florida is often associated with luxury and leisure. However, in 2023, the state also bore witness to a growing homelessness crisis, with 30,756 people living without stable housing. Florida's tropical climate and dynamic economy draw many people to the state, but they also intensify the housing challenges, especially in cities like Miami and Orlando, which are famous for their glamorous lifestyles, yet grapple with serious social issues. While Florida remains a top international destination, attracting visitors to its theme parks and sparkling coastal cities, the underlying crisis of homelessness has worsened as living costs, particularly housing, continue to soar. Many of the homeless in Florida are veterans and seasonal workers, two groups particularly vulnerable to economic instability and the lack of permanent, affordable housing. The juxtaposition of Florida's sun-soaked, tourist-friendly image and its growing homelessness issue reveals a stark disparity in the state's social fabric. New York, often seen as the epicenter of ambition, grandeur, and opportunity, is also home to one of the nation's most significant homelessness crises. In 2023, the number of homeless people in New York reached a staggering 103,200, making it the state with the second largest homeless population in the United States. The city of New York, famous for its glittering nightlife and iconic skyscrapers, is the epicenter of this crisis. Thousands of residents find themselves sleeping in emergency shelters or on the bustling streets, revealing the city's often overlooked darker side. Despite the city's reputation for wealth and excess, the growing divide between the rich and poor has left many struggling to secure even the most basic necessities. This homelessness crisis underscores the challenges of living in one of the most expensive cities in the world, where the soaring cost of rent far outpaces wages and affordable housing is increasingly scarce.
The shelters are extremely safer for people who are homeless. There's no way you guys are telling me y'all think it's okay for people to live in a shanty box. I just can't believe that.
California, known for its breathtaking landscapes, entertainment industry, and technological innovation, carries the grim title of the state with the largest homeless population in the United States. In 2023, the number of homeless individuals in California soared to 181,399. Cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, and San Diego, famed for their cultural significance, tourist appeal, and thriving tech industries, are at the heart of this homelessness crisis. While California attracts dreamers from all over the world with its promises of opportunity and natural beauty, the cost of living in these major urban centers has reached unparalleled heights. The lack of affordable housing, compounded by economic instability and limited access to mental health services, has made the homelessness crisis incredibly complex. In stark contrast to the opulence of Silicon Valley or the glamour of Hollywood, the homeless camps scattered throughout Los Angeles and San Francisco exposed the painful reality of life for many in the state. California's homelessness crisis stands as one of the most severe and challenging issues facing the state, a stark contradiction to its image as a land of opportunity.